Hello and welcome. We've got week 4 D1, so we're going to be on Mars today. Got Andreas G, Blues, and Paulina, so 4 very good players. Andreas possibly, you could say, would be the weaker of the 4, but last time I saw him play he beat T, so there we go. Okay. Here we go. This map should be an interesting one. Most of the steel is up north. There is a little patch here down south, but water is a little bit scarce. It's mostly, there's a few highs and mediums around, but I expect some people are using ice. So we'll have to see. There's possibly... Oh, aluminium was the other one. Well, the aluminium is down south. There's a tiny little bit over here as well, so a bit up north. I mean, possibly scientific here. That'd be quite nice. Possibly a weak scientist here,
Scientific
maybe.
colony founded.
Although
Robotic colony founded.
you could have done. I'm surprised we haven't seen some kind of expansive down here. But so Andreas taking the scientific. As kind of expected.
Robotic colony founded.
Going for robot, which seems a little bit tight to me.
Robotic colony expanded.
And a couple of robots. I'm guessing they went the robots just because there isn't really any aluminium up here for them.
Robotic colony expanded.
So Paulina, a couple of steel mills and a metal mine. A little bit short perhaps on iron. Possibly not a problem at this point.
The black market is online.
Scientist with 1 aluminium from Andreas. Gerand makes HQ level 2. To some steel mills. Plenty of iron for him. Maybe blues.
Scientific colony expanded.
Seeing something a little bit different from blues here. A couple of quarries. Metals. I think blues is going to be in the resource business
The
for a
black
minute.
market is online.
Interesting to see how it pays out for him. Bringing in a bit of carbon, plenty of silicon. We're going to see some glass kilns. Not a bad move. Not a bad move at all. He's going to make some good money off the glass. Nobody else really is in a situation to make glass, so blues will have a little monopoly on that. Fortunately for him, there are another 3 steel users, so hopefully he'll be alright. Get the other players to make the steel for him. Paulina, decent amount of steel there. Nothing major, but you can see the price of steel is going to rise. Andreas moving, he's got the farms. I mean, farm food did start double, so he's going to make some good money out of those if he can keep those up and running. Andreas possibly buying a goon squad would be a sensible purchase, but he's missed the opportunity for a cheap one. In blues, no. Blues was targeted by a squad. And he's on the back here on his medium aluminium. Possibly an odd choice of where to put your goon squad,
Robotic
but
colony expanded.
around up to HQ3, just off the back of his huge steel production here. Bring a tiny bit of aluminium in, he's going to bring some silicon in, and a couple of solar panels. Interesting that he's chosen to take his solar panels here. I wonder what the thinking is behind that. He's got plenty of space here that he could put them if he wanted. Suppose high elevation compared to maybe a lower elevation. You should see how that works out. My power is high. Mainly a glass colony. There's a couple of machine shops now developing.
New
So,
land is available for auction.
shall see how that goes for everybody. Andreas perhaps to HQ3. Just keeping a hold of his claims at the moment. Not sure where he's going to decide to go with them. Possibly move into a little bit more food. Food is ridiculously high at the moment. Maybe he wants to do something with silicon, but silicon for him is such a long way away. Potentially think he's going to have issues. Blues really, well, Blues and Gerand really are the only people that are able to easily build glass at this time, so they're definitely going to make it off this glass. But Gerand Bit of silicon coming. Blues trying to have a little pop at Yaran's solar panels there. However, catches the Goon Squad. Not sure if we're going to see this come back from Yaran. Decides pop that onto Andreas. Andreas hasn't got any power up at the moment, but he does have one claim. He's moved in a couple of remote glass kilns. I did not see that silicon there. That's going to be good. There are pirates available, so
Rebaltic colony
potentially he's
expanded.
going to have to work that to ensure that he lose too much of that valuable glass to pirates. But in B levels of debt now, 70k in the hole, so he needs to be thinking about getting some power up and quick while the price of power is still reasonably high. Paulina's just been sitting quite quietly up here. Andreas now is going into geothermal. Still got one claim left, which he isn't using. Having a little exchange of wind turbines down here with blues.
The black market is online.
Doing reasonably well. Paulina just being quite quiet and hiding up. Not really pulling in a huge amount of money. Has got 3 claims to put down, so hopefully going to move to some revenue producing buildings. But Paulina doesn't have any power, so 2 wind turbines is the priority. 1 greenhouse farm. Perhaps one of these cell condensers could be rotated into a farm. Farm isn't really going to cut the mustard, although she is robotic, so Blue's getting shut down by Paulina. Those electronics plants are just a little bit too profitable, so I guess a little
The black market is online.
little freeze on them, let them calm down a bit. So we've got a couple of solar panels coming down. Blue's heavily committed into power, which understandable. He's taking out Yaran's power. He's going to make a bit more power money. Power is kind of remaining high.
A new claim is available for option.
Yaran's coming in with an overload and a mutiny on one of Blue's solar panels. Definitely standing up for himself there. Andreas, we can see, has dropped into D levels of debt. It's going to be pretty painful for him. Majority of that, I imagine, just come in just because he hasn't had the power up, and power's been so expensive. That overload from Yaran's not helping at all. A little bit more expensive for those steel mills to keep operating. Andreas is going to have to do something about his debt problem. He's taking teleportation, which hasn't got a goon squad on his patent lab. He's pretty fortunate. Blues has obviously seen the opportunity. Going to go in for a quick buy. Andreas, well, he's got a little bit of cash and he has managed to defend himself. So Blue's going to sell out, I expect. Anybody else? I mean, Paulina possibly he could move into. Around. Although both of these players do seem to have enough in the bank
The
to
black
cover
market is online.
any attempt by Blue to take them down. Blue's moving into some greenhouse farms, but he doesn't seem to have any water to be able to support them. So he's a little bit vulnerable there in case the price of water spikes. Paulina juggled some of her claims
Rebaltic colony
around,
expanded.
playing it pretty safe.
Scientific colony expanded.
Andreas, what are we going to see out of Andreas now? He's moved into a high water pump. See it followed by a
Rebaltic
second.
colony expanded.
Possibly not the best idea. Certainly you don't want to be selling water down, seeing as Blues doesn't have a source of water to support his farms. It's getting into a hacker array. I imagine we're going to be seeing some electronics hacks out of Blues. Be doing reasonably well. I mean, power has been pretty high. It hasn't really come down at all. Around 2 remote solar panel locations, so you're also looking to profit a high power price, and the power price we do see now is going to drop a little bit. and choosing carbon scrubbing, which will certainly open up his options a little bit. Again, though, he's going to be quite restricted in the way he places buildings. He's also Blues is find salted water. Going to be shipping it quite a long way. It'll be
We have
quite
a
expensive for
hard-to-come-by land
Blues.
claim available to the highest bidder.
Yeah, he's going to be using a lot of water, a lot of power to transport that water. Extra claim. Blues no debt, so he possibly could afford to take this for 24k. Paulina, though, choosing to take it off his hands for 28. And she's not in too much debt, though. Does double her debt by taking that, so obviously does have a use for it. He's also moving into a patent lab, a couple more condensers. It's kind of hard to see how Paulina's really making a huge amount of money. Quite expensive to get those electronics for the
The
upgrade.
black market
Scientific
is
colony
online.
expanded.
Upgrade is about 90k.
The patent lab is
Long, long way
constructed.
off.
Let's get our science on.
Dreas picks up a superconductor, which doesn't seem to be doing him a lot of good, quite honestly. Did beat Yeran to carbon scrubbing. He picked up teleportation very, very early. And moving down here, we'll do maybe some labs coming down. Labs wouldn't be too bad, would be reasonably profitable at the moment. Reactors are probably carbon quarries. And he is bringing carbon quarries in, so he's going to be making a decent amount of money off these. 300 odd a second coming in. And he owns carbon scrubbing, so interesting to see where he's going with that. Though he is going to have problems with his debt. I don't see bond rating at the moment. Blues, though, is sitting on a huge pile of cash. I do wonder whether he's going to have a little go at Yerand.
Our hackers have compromised the trading servers.
He does have
Price
enough money
manipulation
to
begins
buy out
shortly.
Yerand if he wanted to. Yerand doesn't really appear to be making a huge amount of money. He has got money saved up. He probably would be able to defend himself if Blue did choose to have a go. The Blues instead are choosing to hacking chemicals at the moment. He's burning quite a lot of power on his freight and everything. He's had to move out of his solar panels, so longer term for Blues, he's a bit of a power deficit for him. To see how that goes. He could always rotate back into the windmill if he wanted to. Blues
A
now
new
at
claim
nearly
is available for
200k in
auction.
cash. Everybody else quite far behind. Aaron's got 40, Paulina 45. Andreas buying a share. And another claim auction. Only auction a tile at the market. Wow. Andreas nearly picked that up cheap. Paulina again paying 28k for a claim. That's still 50k, so we're at 70, 80k in debt. Potentially worrying. I mean, these aren't the best wind turbines I've ever seen. Strong and moderate, so power though not so good. Yerand in a little bit of trouble here. Blues has seen his opportunity, and he looks like he's going to pick up Yerand. Majority buy. There it is. Blues now in a pretty decent position. The other two players now are going to really have to focus Blues down. I mean, you can see his stock price is nearly double Paulina's. Andreas isn't too bad, but Andreas is in a little bit of debt. Near 100k in debt, so he needs to start making his scientific claims pay. And he just doesn't seem to be making a huge amount of money at the moment. His reactors are about the best thing he's got. 50 apiece. Arms are doing okay, steel are doing okay. Looks to me like he is going for some off-world markets, judging by that thinking machines. The market's looking pretty good. Food is looking about the best. Chemicals, possibly a good
The
launch,
engineers have
but
advanced our production.
the price of chemicals so high at the moment, it's not going to be so great. Electronics seems to be the market for people to really get into if they wanted to. Blues kind of not hacking anything at the moment, perhaps. Maybe just the tail end of chem shortage, so have to see what Blues' next move is going to be. Single electronics factory, a bit of a bonus next to the wind turbines, so give Blues a little bit of income. Ooh, plenty of network viruses coming down here. They're trying to spot what they're trying to spot, I don't know. Perhaps they think Blues has got the Loftworld hidden around. Andreas,
Rebaltic
not doing
colony
anything with his
expanded.
chem lab, sorry, with his patent lab at the moment, has moved into some optimizations. Going in
Our
chems,
buildings
building
available
carbon.
for option.
He's transferred his chem refineries into. Sorry, transferred his carbon claims into chem refineries. I'm not sure if that's exactly hugely profitable. I would have thought. I would have thought remaining with the elemental quarries would have been a better move, to be honest. But he does need the chems, though. Well, he has got a patent lab which isn't doing anything, but he is getting some upgrades and some optimizations going. The colony, only Paulina seems to have chosen to take a pleasure dome, won in an auction with 28k, not the best pleasure dome, of course, with robots and a scientist. Yerand, well, Yerand seems to be quite profitable in glass and
Optimization
electronics.
routine successful.
Blues continuing his hacking, going for chem shortages, which I can't see it's too bad. Hasn't got any optimizations, no patents. Paulina grabs slant drilling. Why did Paulina grab slant
Our
drilling?
hackers have compromised the trading servers.
Virus.
Price manipulation begins
filthy
shortly.
bandits.
I can't really see the use of having slant drilling for Paulina, but he has a decent stockpile. Yeah, choosing to rotate out of the patent lab into a hacker array. Going to try a hand at hacking, I imagine. Andreas has managed to get an offer to mark it up. Doesn't seem to want to put a goon squad on it though for some reason. Sorry, he has got a goon squad on it. But I would imagine that's going to quickly get blown off. I mean, network viruses are cheap. Mutinies are still
We
quite
caught the
cheap.
dirty rat trying to break our stuff.
And Blue says no. Need to get rid of that goon squad.
Our hackers have compromised the trading servers.
Can
Price
imagine
manipulation begins shortly.
that Andreas is not going to be earning his off-world market for a huge amount of time, given the price of goon squads and the comparative cheapness of mutinies, or even power sages. So I can think Blue is probably going to take it away from him right about now. No. Well,
Our
I
hackers
doubt
have
Blues will get around to
compromised
it
the
at some
trading
point.
servers.
Building is available for
Price
option.
manipulation begins shortly.
Blues back into some solar panels, given the price of power. Backing down carbon. Unless Andreas has moved back into those carbon quarries, which he has. Andreas must be making an absolute mint off those. Pretty decent tiles, those two carbon quarries. Wow. Andreas is making good money, but sadly he's kicking around in D levels of debt. He does own a superconductor. Why silicon's reasonably cheap, why these steel mills haven't been turned into
Rebaltic
some
colony expanded.
lovely solar panels, I don't know. Definitely be a way to get his debt down a little
The
bit,
black
make use of
market is
superconductor,
online.
and get his power price down a little bit.
The engineers have
And
advanced our
Blues
production.
takes the full market. Andreas takes it back. sure Blues is going to have it again. No, he's on cooldown.
Our
Our
hackers
methods
have
continue to
compromised the
improve.
trading service.
So Andreas prepared,
Price
has a
manipulation
mutiny in
begins
stock
shortly.
in case he
Shipment
needs it.
launched. Look at all the money.
He does seem to be doing okay though. 37k launches though, so it dropped off slightly. It's an expensive off-wheel to put up, I think, so whether it's going to pay back for Andreas, I don't know. It's definitely time for the other two to be thinking about taking out Blues. Andreas here, about similar amounts of cash. Andreas owning all his own stock. I kind of think the time to buy into Blues is about now. Andreas could snap some of these shares up quite nicely. I mean, Blues can defend himself easily, but he's got most of his money in cash. He's not hacking with it. There we go. Pauline and Andreas choosing to go into Blues. 50-50 at the moment. And Pauline taking that third share to have the majority of those 5. Pauline has slipped down into D-debts. Blues wind turbines, although reasonably good,
Our
not really
hackers
covering.
have compromised the trading servers. Price manipulation begins shortly.
So she's making okay money, but doesn't seem to be making a huge amount. Hacker array not running, optimization center not running. One optimization in power. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I like what Paulina's done with her tiles here, but there we go. So look, Blues getting overloaded as he should be. He needs to be shut down as much as possible. Andreas loses his off-world, takes it back, and he has a second one up and running. Again, I'm not hugely convinced. He's making okay money,
Off-world shipment launched. Look
but
at all the money.
I can't help thinking optimised food would be so much better for him. Get 2 optimizations in it. Potentially a third, maybe.
Off-world shipment launched.
Kind
Look
of
at all the
think chemicals need that. I think Andreas may. He has carbon scrubbing, so definitely have those 2 as chemical labs. I imagine he is bringing in some chemicals, but not a huge amount. Check his optimizations. Andreas has been busy with the optimizations.
Optimization routine successful.
Bringing in money. Andreas isn't looking in a too bad position here.
The black market is
Out of everybody
online.
who's got the most cash, he owns a decent bit of Blues, and Blues is kind of forcing his hand here. Andreas is going to need 700-800k to take out
Look
Blues,
at all
but
the money.
potentially he's halfway there. Potentially.